TV 47 Sports in Findlay presents boys high school basketball, as tonight's game between Carey and Liberty-Benton is being brought to you by Quick Car Care for a fast oil change with Pennzoil, by Mid-Am Industrial Corporation, your complete crane and rigging company, by Garber Buick Nissan, you'll go farther with Garber, Society Bank, check out the home equity line of credit, also by Hostler Corbin Insurance, your local independent insurance agent, and by B&J Video, audio, and photo experts in Findlay, Toledo, Columbus, and Fort Wayne. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lynn Alvin. Along with me tonight is Paul Kiska. And Paul, tonight it's a look at a Carey team, which we saw earlier in the season, and also of Liberty-Benton, one in which we have already seen as well. And this is actually strength against strength, and Liberty-Benton's strength is inside and out.
That's right. For Liberty-Benton, one of their biggest strengths inside is Mike Brown. He's 6'7", a big, tall, strong kid down low. Liberty-Benton likes to try to post him up. He's also a very good rebounder. Now, Carey will have to try to stop Mike Brown, who had 24 points against Macomb on Friday night. But Carey head coach Peter Dumont says Mike Brown will have to earn it against his ball club tonight. They're going to be a little bit aggressive when it comes to playing against Mike Brown down low. But, Lynn, as you know, if they stop Mike Brown, they have another concern as far as Liberty-Benton's concerned, and that's their three-point ability.
That's right, as the Eagles have been launching lots of threes. Collard, Hone, and Donaldson are the three to watch, but they do have four players who are capable of drowning the three. Now when we look at Carey, it's kind of so goes Matt Dasher, so go the Blue Devils.
That's right. I believe he had something like 33 points Friday night against Hopewell Loudon. He's a heck of a three-point shooter as well. He'll shoot from anywhere on the court.
Stay tuned. We'll hear from both coaches in tonight's ball game as we return after this timeout on TV 47 Sports. We're joined now by Steve Williman, head coach of the Liberty-Benton Eagles. Coach, you're coming off a very emotional win last night, a league win over Macomb. How are the kids reacting now with this non-leaguer tonight?
I'm not really sure yet. You know, we're concerned about that. We prepared the entire week for the Macomb game, and we played very well last night. And so basically we've only prepared for them, even though we had our scouting report and our walkthrough this morning. You know, we're not nearly as prepared for them as we were against Macomb in last night's ball game. So again, that is one of our major concerns.
And, of course, Matt Dasher leading the way for this Carey team, averaging about 22 points a ball game. He's going to be one primary man you want to stop.
Right. I think they're very similar to us. You know, we talked to our players about almost looking at them in a mirror because they have a lot of players capable of scoring. Matt Dasher is an excellent player, but they have other perimeter scorers. They have some post players inside capable of scoring, and they're very aggressive. They play very good man-to-man defense. They diamond press. They play very strong, very physical, and you know, again, we have to play our best to be able to win a ball game tonight.
Stay tuned. We've got head coach Pete Dumont of Carey coming up next as we'll return after this break on TV 47 Sports. Welcome back to Liberty-Benton High School. We're joined now by assistant coach Tom Lee of the Carey Blue Devils, standing in for Coach Dumont. And tonight you face a Liberty-Benton team, Coach, which really is on a roll since that loss early in the season.
They have a nice balance, and anytime you have nice balance, you should have good results as a team.
Of course, they have to be a double threat because of Mike Brown on the inside, but they're also very capable of hitting and draining that three-point shot from everywhere.
That's what people have had problems with this year. They don't know whether to play their inside game defensively or play their outside game defensively. And fortunately, we've got some size inside, and we're going to see if we can neutralize the inside and play the outside tough at the same time.
Meanwhile, for Carey, you have to be pleased with the play of Matt Dasher and also Wenzinger on the inside getting a little more aggressive.
Wenzinger's coming along. He's a big kid, and he works hard in practice, and he gives us another dimension. He helps Dasher a lot because once they've got to play him on his inside, it opens up the driving lanes, and that's where Matt Dasher's really good.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Assistant Coach Tom Lee of Carey. Stay tuned. The tip-off between Liberty-Benton and Carey is coming up next on TV 47. Welcome to Liberty-Benton High School, everyone. Lynell and Paul Kiska along with you on our 47 game of the week, as tonight it's Carey traveling to Liberty-Benton to take on the Eagles. And here are our starting lineups. First of all, for the Carey Blue Devils tonight, starting at a guard slot, averaging 9 assists a ball game, Tony Plott. Also a 5'10 junior, averaging 7 points a ball game, C.J. Kinn. Leading the team in scoring, 19 points per contest, 6'1" senior Matt Dasher. At a swing forward position, 6'3" senior, 14 points per ball game, Doug Allison. And inside, 6'5" senior, 10 points per ball game, Tony Wenzinger. And the Blue Devils, coached by head coach Pete Dumont, they are 2-1 in the Midland Athletic League, 5-2 overall. Now for the starting lineups for the Liberty-Benton Eagles. 5'11" senior, 16 points per ball game, Dave Donaldson. At guard position, 6' junior, 10 points per contest, Jason Hone. Jason Collard, 11 points per contest, 6'2". He is a junior. At your other forward, 5'10" junior, 5 points per ball game, Nate Wyrau. And inside, 6'7" senior, 17 points per contest, Mike Brown. And of course, the Eagles, led by Steve Williman, they are 3-0 in the Blanchard Valley Conference. They are 8-1 overall. Carey coming in, Paul, with the best defensive team in the MAL, just giving up 59 points per outing and just scoring 66 per outing. But Liberty-Benton, a much more explosive offensive team, not only, as we mentioned in the pregame show, Mike Brown inside, but the outside shooting tandem.
Dave Donaldson, an excellent three-point shooter. Both of these ball clubs, I think, we'll see maybe come out early shooting from the outside.
As you look, it is Liberty-Benton in the white. They are moving from right to left. And I can see our picture is going to be a bit shaky because the student body is stomping its feet here at Liberty-Benton, so bear with us on that. This is Brown for Liberty-Benton against Wenzinger in the blue for Carey. And we are underway. Thanks for tuning in here on TV 47. Eagles will control the opening tip. It's out on top, Nate Wyrau. Backdoor alley-oop pass was read brilliantly by Carey as we saw the Eagles use that same opening play in the Bluffton Holiday Tournament against Arlington, and it converted into a bucket. But here, the Blue Devils were ready for it, and they smack it out of bounds. Donaldson, Hone, Collard, Wyrau, and check that, and Brown for Liberty-Benton in the starting crew as the Eagles will turn it over on their first trip down the floor. Meanwhile, Dasher, Plott, Kinn, Allison, and Wenzinger for Carey. C.J. Kinn goes to Wenzinger down low, and he'll miss the inside shot. It's fought for and comes off to the Eagles as Wenzinger had a wide open shot and couldn't make use of it inside. Here's Brown, turnaround jumper over top of Wenzinger, in and out. Rebound comes off to the Blue Devils. Wenzinger with good positioning that time, and we have no score yet, and we have played just about 1 minute. This is Tony Plott. Shot well off the mark, but picked right back up inside to Wenzinger, and he collects the first 2 points of the ball game. Full court man-to-man pressure now being applied as out on top, this is Kinn. As Hone drops it down low to Brown, he'll fake, put it up over top of Wenzinger, comes off short, and the Blue Devils have the rebound again. Brown needs to have a good ball game against Wenzinger. So far, he's 0 for 2. Dasher takes it to the hoop strong, can't get it, got his own rebound, and got it back in.
A fine play by Matt Dasher, who poured in 33 points Friday night.
Carey is really, I think, starting to feel the rhythm right now. 5-2 overall, and I think head coach Pete Dumont rather pleased with where his team is at right now. 3-pointer. Buried by Nate Wyrau, and the Eagles have their first bucket of the ball game, and you might expect it. It's a 3.
That's right. That's what we talked about in the pregame, and at the start of this game, we'd probably see some outside shooting.
Probably one of the best three-point shooting teams in Northwest Ohio, as they have 4 legitimate three-point shooters. As Carey comes up empty this trip down the floor. This is Jason Hone out top, guarded by Kin. Now it's Donaldson trying for the three. He can't get it, and Kin comes down with a rebound. Lead pass to Dasher. Nice head and shoulder fake, blocked from behind, but a foul will be called against Collard as he came in and hacked him on the wrist. Carey doing a good job, though, looking down court. A lot of fans here from Carey, and unfortunately they didn't get to bring as many as they would like. This is probably one of the smallest gyms around, and unfortunately they don't seat as many as they would like to be able to, and there's a waiting list over 100 names long just for the season ticket list here at Liberty-Benton.
And Liberty-Benton is glad to be at home. They've played about 9 games this year. 7 of them have been on the road.
At the line now, this is Dasher, and he'll miss on the front end of the two-shot foul. He's senior averaging 19 points per contest and 86% at the line. So that's an unusual miss there for Matt Dasher. But he got the second. Carey on top here, 5-3. We have 5:33 to play in the first quarter. In the backcourt, this is Cohen. To Donaldson on the wing. He'll take it against Dasher. Fake, and he is fouled down low, taking an elbow from Dasher, and that'll be the first team foul against the Blue Devils. Head coach Steve Williman has his Eagles off to an 8-1 start so far this season. And of course, a regional semifinal appearance a year ago up at the Canton Fieldhouse, hoping to get back there, if not farther again this year. Nice move inside. Driving that time was Hone, and check that. That was Wyrau driving, and he had the ball slapped out of his hands. Now Wyrau gets it back to Hone out top. Take it around the horn. Inside to Brown, and he'll be fouled by Wenzinger. That may, Paul, be the place where the Eagles try to go, is inside and try and force Wenzinger to either front Mike Brown or reach over the back.
Well, Coach Dumont said before the game that Mike Brown would have to earn it tonight, and I think part of what he meant was they're going to be a little aggressive with Brown early on.
Inside, Mike Brown got loose on the inbounds pass, and that was easy, and we're tied at 5-5, and we have just hit the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
Mike Brown, 6'7", 200 plus, very strong kid.
Dasher goes to Kin on the right wing. In the corner now for a three-pointer, which is partially blocked. Doug Allison couldn't get the shot to get there, and the Eagles look for their first lead of the ball game. Donaldson out on top. Down low, it'll go to Collard. Back out to Donaldson for three. Too strong. A rebound fought for. Comes off to Carey, and Kin can't handle it.
Friday night, Liberty-Benton in a little better shape at this point of the ball game against Macomb. They jumped out to a 15-0 lead, extended it to 19-2, and then they were outscored 9-0, but they led by as many as 15 in the first quarter of that game.
Here's Hone dropping it down low to Brown, playing a give-and-go game, and Brown can't collect this one, but the rebound is going to be gotten by the Eagles. Nice job by Wyrau coming inside to help crash the boards. And they call it on Wyrau. Yes, they call it on Wyrau, and that'll be his first and the team's second. As head coach Steve Williman looks on from his bench spot. This is Kin to Allison in the corner. Tony Platt back to Allison. They want to try and go inside to Wenzinger. Now they're hitting a double post, one high, one low. Platt to Dasher.
One thing Coach Dumont said before the game is he said offensively they are scoring. They're just not getting back on defense quickly enough. They're giving up some easy baskets.
Dasher has his shot partially blocked by Hohen and will come back the other way. Shot goes up from three-point range, and it's an air ball by Wyrau. Will come back the other way. Now a traveling turnover against the Carey Blue Devils.
Somewhat sloppy here in the first quarter. Teams exchanging air balls, and the fans letting them know.
Both sets of fans gladly getting on the other one early. Coach Pete Dumont getting ready to go to the bench as Wenzinger will be joined on the inside now by Aaron Paul. And Wenzinger actually will take a rest. So Wenzinger at 6'5" comes out. Paul at 6'4" comes in. We're still tied at 5-5. We've got 3:33 left to play here in the first quarter at Liberty-Benton High School. Out on top, Jason Hone. Drops it to Nate Weyerau. Now to Collard in the near corner. Weyerau passes up to 3, steps up and pops from 17. Can't get it. Rebound comes right back out to the Eagles. And they'll reset. Brown is on the bench along with Donaldson. We'll see what kind of leadership they get now out of Weyerau and Collard. Carey still sticking to a man-to-man defense. Mark Wise with the basketball. He's replaced Brown in that post slot, and the Eagles being patient. We're down to 2:49 to play here in the first quarter, and we're still tied at 5. Here's Wise. The high post, dumping it off to Collard. This is probably one of the few times all season the Eagles have taken this much time off the clock, and I think you have to credit the Carey defense. Eagles nearly turn it away. Now it'll be a nice move inside and blocked out of bounds. Chuck Radeball took it to the hoop strong, but had it blocked inside, and Coach Steve Williman says, I've got to get an outside threat in here, and Donaldson is set to check in.
Matt Dasher with the block there.
And we will see Donaldson checking in now for Williman. As out will go Weyerau. Still just a 5-5 game as Radeball kicks it out on top to Donaldson. He'll step up. Pop from 10. Got it.
Lucky roll there.
First bucket of the ball game for Donaldson. And it's a 7-5 Eagle lead. With just over 2 minutes to play first quarter. Nice move inside as Doug Allison collects his first 2. Both teams have put 3 players into the scorebook, and that's it. 7-7 tie. Corner shot by Radeball is good.
Now, you don't see Mike Brown in the game right now. It could be Coach Williman's philosophy to try to open up the inside by stretching the defense and taking some outside shots.
Inside pass hits the bottom of the net. Ken comes up with it. He'll kick it back out front, and it's off of C.J. Ken's foot and out of bounds to Liberty-Benton. 9-7 our score. We have 1:34 left. As there you can see head coach Pete Dumont of Carey talking to Doug Allison, who just checked out. And now you have to wonder, will the Eagles definitely look for the last shot of this first quarter? 2-point lead. We're at 1:23. Hard screen set that time by Donaldson, and he is crashed into by Dasher, and that will be his second personal foul, so Coach Dumont may have to take Dasher out of the lineup and not risk him picking up number 3 before halftime, or at least before the end of the quarter.
And Dasher's not someone they can afford to lose at all. 33 points Friday night, averaging almost 20 points per game.
Jason Hone working against Ken, drops it off to Donaldson, and they'll take it back out front and reset. Donaldson between the circles. Donaldson will gun. He's got it. Five field goals, and 2 of them have been threes now for the Eagles, who lead 12-7. Inside of a minute now, and shot is off the mark for Carey and will come back the other way. Inside of 40 seconds. Eagles may look for the last shot now. Wise out on top. Down to 22 seconds. Jason Hone, top of the key. Hone will fire and can't get it to fall off the glass, but he does collect the foul.
Hone, a 6-foot junior, averaged 18 points a game a year ago.
First free throw is on the way and good by Jason Hone, who has his first point of this ball game. And now we'll see the Eagles replacing Hone after this free throw, if it is a good one, as Nate Wyrau is waiting to check in now for the Eagles next. They lead 13-7. "13 seconds remaining now in the first quarter. Eagles on top 14-7. Near wing, Kin. Down to 3 seconds. Three-pointer is no good. A rebound comes off to Donaldson. And that will do it for the first quarter of play here at Liberty-Benton. Eagles lead it by 7. Welcome back out to Liberty-Benton. Eagles on top 14-7 as we start this second quarter. We'll have those first quarter shooting percentages for you in just a moment. Carey in possession, and a traveling violation is going to be called against Steve Reinhardt, who had a problem keeping his balance in that far corner.
Well, it was an intriguing first quarter as far as Liberty-Benton's concerned. They pretty much led it without the services of Mike Brown. Mike Brown, who was on the bench for the later half of the first quarter. Here we see him down low, though.
He'll put it up and in on the turnaround jumper.
No, I think that's exactly what Coach Williman had in mind. He wanted to open up the first quarter from the outside. That would stretch the Carey defense, bring Mike Brown back into the ball game. He'd be opened up down low because they'd be expecting some outside shooting. It's not much unlike football in which the offense tries to go deep, and then that opens up the running game.
Let's take a look at those first quarter statistics right now while we have a foul called against the Eagles. Carey in that first quarter, 3 out of 13, a dismal 23% from the floor, 1 out of 2 at the charity stripe for an even 50%, and they committed 3 turnovers.
For Liberty-Benton, 5 out of 12 from the field for 42%, and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe, as Lynn puts it, for 100%, and they turn the ball over twice.
Back to action now as that last foul did go against the Eagles. This is Kin out on top. They'll feed it now to Reinhardt. Pass intended to go down low is picked off and will come the other way. Carey has turned it over 5 times now tonight, twice already here in the second quarter. Donaldson will drop it off to Brown. He's going to try and put it up over top of Wenzinger, and he draws the foul against the senior inside. Tony Wenzinger now with 2 personal fouls.
Well, you've got Mike Brown at 6'7", going up against Wenzinger at 6'5". They're both 210 plus, so that's an intriguing part of the game to watch tonight down low there.
Taking up a lot of space inside the key. At the line, the 6'7" senior Mike Brown. He's averaging 17 points a ball game. So far tonight he has 4, and now you can make it 5. Substitution now for Carey as we're going to get Dasher back into the lineup for the Blue Devils.
Mike wears a lot of merchandise on his knees, if you haven't noticed. He's had some trouble in the past, some hyperextension, but most of all, the coach says that's just for protection.
There's a good look at the senior, Mike Brown. Got both ends of the free throw, and the Eagles now enjoy the largest lead of the night at 18-7, and that is at the 6:44 mark of the second quarter. Tony Plott to Kin, back to Plott. Allison's shot is blocked by Jason Collett. Will come back the other way. Eagles playing good, solid defense here in this first part of the first half. Dave Donaldson lobbing it down low to Brown, who bounces it off his own foot and out of bounds. Tough break there for Brown as they're trying to go to work on Tony Wenzinger, who has already picked up 2 personal fouls. They want to try and get him out of the ball game.
Tony Plott was giving him some pressure from the outside as well.
Eagles still playing, well, it looked like a man-to-man, but I believe they've now shifted. Yes, a 2-1-2 zone defense. Steve Williman had talked to us about the possibility of going 1-3-1, but we're seeing some 2-1-2 and actually match up the zone defense right here. And there's a reach-in foul on Dave Donaldson. First foul of the game against Donaldson. But a good call as he reached in and slapped the wrist of Plott, I believe it was, out front. We have 5:56 to go here in the first half. Liberty-Benton on top by 11 at 18-7. Eagles still in his zone defense. Long outside three-pointer by Allison is off the mark, and the Eagles will run the other way. Nice feed down low to Brown. He'll kick it right back out. Now right back down, and he'll take advantage of Wenzinger's 2 fouls, but he can't convert on the score, and now Brown may have picked up the foul himself. Coming back after his own rebound, and yes, he is whistled for the foul, his first.
Browns and Wenzinger, as I said, will be a great matchup to watch tonight. I've been to so many Liberty-Benton games this year on Friday nights, covering some highlights for Lynn, and I've watched Mike Brown play. He's really had the height advantage in almost every game, and now he's going up against somebody like Wenzinger, and they're going to go head-to-head for most of this game.
Provided Wenzinger doesn't get himself in big foul trouble, which he already is in with 2.
And that will take away some of his aggressiveness.
Shot up and no good, that time by Dasher, who has only scored 3 points here this evening. He averages nearly 22 a ball game. As we mentioned in the pregame show, Paul, it seems like most of the season as Matt Dasher goes, so go the Blue Devils. And that's showing again tonight. Jason Hone chasing down that missed shot. Down low to Brown again over top of Wenzinger, and he got it. Brown now with 8 points.
What you said about Dasher, Lynn, was a very good point. Friday night against Hopewell Loudon, he pumped in 33 points. I think something like the next highest scorer was somewhere around only 10 points.
Nice turnaround jumper by Doug Allison is good. He has 4, and it's now a 20-9 Eagle lead. They have led by as many as 13 at one time. Still a man-to-man by the Blue Devils, and Coach Pete Dumont mentioned in the pregame to me, as Brown hits another turnaround jumper, he was worried about the quickness factor, that Liberty-Benton was just too quick for his team to match up with, and they might have to go zone, but now they've got themselves down by a 22-9 margin. They can't afford to go zone. Nice move by Wenzinger as he puts it up and in over the top of Mike Brown, and it's a 22-11 contest.
And Lynn, on the play before that, we saw Mike Brown take a similar short jumper, and as you've said on previous broadcasts, Mike Brown has truly improved as far as that goes.
Down low, Brown on the near wing, kicking it back out to Collard. Jason was open for the 3, but it tends to go inside, and a shot partially blocked by Wenzinger. I think he might have even got a part of Mike Brown's wrist, but no foul was called.
Well, I think Brown agrees with you. He's giving Wenzinger what for right now.
There's a blocking foul called against Jason Hone, and he doesn't like the call, but the Carey fans do. For Hone, that'll be his first foul of the night. Only the 6th team foul. So the next one will put Carey at the line. Both teams have 5, or make that Carey has only 5 team fouls, so they have 1 more to give before the Eagles go to the line. Wenzinger will get that inbounds pass way out top. Cross-courting it to Dasher, who will step up and fire from 15. Way short. Rebound comes off to the Eagles. Dasher is really struggling with that outside shot here in the early part of the first half.
Well, as Coach Dumont said, it was a very emotional game Friday night.
Dropping home his second 3-point bomb of the ball game, the 3rd 3-pointer overall of the night for the Eagles, who now lead it 25-11. Dasher can't get it to fall again. He seems to be short on a lot of his shots. He's had a couple of air balls, and the last 2 have been off the front of the iron.
I just think he lost a lot of energy Friday night.
Here he makes the steal and puts it up and in. Dasher now with 5.
Looked good there, but as I was trying to say, Coach Dumont said Friday night a very emotional ball game, and it may have taken a lot out of their players.
25-13. We're down to 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Jason Collard from the top of the key. Wanted to go back door, instead goes to Wise at the right lane corner, and the Eagles will throw it away. And you feel the momentum slowly starting to come back now Carey's way. If they can convert this time down the floor, it'll be a big, big trip down the floor. Skip pass across the floor and thrown away, and they say off of Liberty-Benton. It will stay with Carey. Eagles now get Nate Wyrow out of there. He, along with Mike Brown, now on the bench. Doug Allison was going to shoot.
Nobody looking.
And found Wenzinger boxing out his man, expecting the shot, and Wenzinger was supposed to catch the pass. Brown back in now. 25-13. Eagles lead it by 12. Led by as many as 13 in this game. Here's Donaldson again. Got it. Three-point shot. Donaldson with 8. The team with 4 3-pointers. And we're only in the first half.
Donaldson chipped in 14 Friday night against Macomb.
Allison, off-balance jumper will go. Nice move by Doug Allison, who has 3 field goals. And it's 28-15. Carey down by 13. Another 15-footer. This one good by Jason Hone. I'll tell you, Paul, this Liberty-Benton team spreads it around and they hit you from everywhere.
We've talked about that in the pregame and so many times in the first half here.
Wide open inside. Aaron Paul, who found his seam, and a nice pass inside. His head coach, Pete Dumont, screaming instructions to his team.
Well, he's frustrated. This Liberty-Benton team, as you settle in, if they're not doing it outside, they're doing it inside.
Nice defensive play that time by Aaron Paul, batting away the pass intended to go inside to Brown, and now 3 seconds to call against the Blue Devils. I think it's the first time I've seen that call all season. 7 turnovers here in the first half against Carey. We only have 5 against Liberty-Benton in the first half. Chuck Radeball dishing it off to Jason Home. Back to Radeball. 39 seconds to play first half. We are inside of 30 seconds. Cross-court pass to the top of the key to Mike Brown. There's a foul out on top. Will not put Liberty-Benton at the line, though. 24 seconds left now here in the first half at Liberty-Benton High School. Lynn Allen and Paul Kiska along with you. Eagles are on top in this one and looking to try and build on that lead going into the break. We're down to 12 seconds. Donaldson for 3. Got it. Shot at the buzzer will not go by Carey. And it's 33-17. Liberty-Benton blowing things open before we hit the half. You're watching the best in boys high school basketball on TV 47. TV 47's coverage of boys high school basketball being brought to you this evening by Quick Car Care for a fast oil change with Pennzoil. Also by Mid-American Industrial Corporation, your complete crane and rigging company. By Garber Buick Nissan, you'll go farther with Garber. By Society Bank, check out the home equity line of credit. By Hostler Corbett Insurance, your local independent insurance agent. And by B&J Video, video, audio, and photo experts in Findlay, Toledo, Columbus, and in Fort Wayne. It is halftime, everyone. The Eagles are on top of Carey 33-17. And, Paul, I think that second quarter was a biggie as the Eagles outscored the Blue Devils 19-10.
And interestingly enough, Liberty-Benton is doing it tonight with a three-pointer. They have 5 three-pointers here in the first half. I believe 3 by Donaldson, who has 14 points in the first half. And normally they'll go to Mike Brown down low, but the coach told us before the game he's going to try to open things up on the outside, and that's exactly what they've been able to do so far.
Let's take a look now at those halftime statistics. And first of all, for Carey, In the second quarter, 5 of 11 from the floor, just 45%, so they did pick things up a little bit for the half. The Blue Devils 8 of 24 for 33%, 1 out of 2 at the line for 50%, and Carey with 9 total rebounds and turnovers. They had 7 in that first half. Looking at Carey individually now, they were being led at the break by Doug Allison, who has 6 points, 5 for Matt Dasher, and 4 for Tony Wenzinger.
And I think Donaldson actually has 11 first-half points. Mike Brown chipping in with 10. He doesn't seem to be getting a lot of baskets, but he is spreading them out. That's because they're going to the outside shot at times, and they work it in for Mike Brown. The stats for Liberty-Benton in the first half, they were 12 out of 23 from the field for 52%, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line for 100%. They have 12 rebounds, and they've turned the ball over 5 times. I think in the second half for Liberty-Benton, they'll just keep doing what they've been doing, mixing it up with the outside shots, and when they have the opportunity, they'll go back down low to Mike Brown.
And taking a look at Liberty-Benton individually, Donaldson with 11, also 10 for Mike Brown and 6 for Nate Wyrau. It's halftime. We'll be back with the start of tonight's third quarter. Our score at the half is Liberty-Benton 33, Carey 17. We'll be back after this on TV 47. Back at Liberty-Benton High School, Eagles on top of the break, 33-17. We're set to start the third quarter of action now, as the Eagles will have the basketball. As there you can see some of the fans here at Liberty-Benton High School.
Lynn, I know Carey's coming off that big win Friday night over Macomb, but I'll tell you what, I think Coach Dumont got his team pumped up at the half, and we're going to see a more improved Carey ball club here in the second half.
Well, the Eagles missed their first opportunity right there, and you have to wonder now if the Eagles won't offensively go after Wenzinger inside, who right there got the ball for Carey and misses.
Those aren't the kind of shots Wenzinger can afford to miss. That's exactly where Coach Dumont wants him, down low, getting it off the glass, and he just couldn't get it to fall.
On top, Jason Hone will go to Donaldson, who collected 3 3-pointers in that first quarter. Lead all scores with 11. Here, Donaldson's shot is blocked, and the rebound comes off to Carey as Plott will push it down the floor. Plott averaging 9 assists per ball game, and he got one right there as Matt Dasher hit the field goal, 33-19.
Dasher also with the block just before that.
Carey still trying to play man-to-man defense, and right there, Mike Brown took it to Aaron Paul, and that, I think, right there we'll see is the first counter move that Coach Pete Dumont has made. He has taken Wenzinger off of Brown and put Aaron Paul on him, who now has just 1 foul.
That's right, and Paul can afford to give some fouls.
Nice move inside. Jason Collard, first field goal of the game, and head coach Pete Dumont just shakes his head. Can't believe it went in, but a nice move indeed. Pass deflected and turned over by the Blue Devils. Long pass ahead to Donaldson. He'll put it up and fouled by Paul. Good aggressive move both ways.
Well, that's exactly what Coach Dumont said it has been a problem with his ball club. They're not getting back quickly enough on defense. They're almost a little bit lazy heading up court at times. We saw it there.
Donaldson will step up to the line with a pair coming his way. Free throw is off the mark by Donaldson. 35-19 with 6:38 to play here in this third quarter. Eagles have led all the way. They led by 7 at the end of the first quarter, 14-7. Here come the Blue Devils. This will be Plott. Across the way to Allison near wing. In the corner to Dasher. He'll fire. Off the mark, and the rebound comes off to Donaldson. Brown over top. No good. Rebound Collard. He couldn't collect the rebound and the 2 points, and the rebound comes off now to Carey as Plott will push it down court quickly. 1-3-1 zone defense now by Liberty-Benton. Nice move by Allison, taking it into the hoop. He's got 8, and it's 36-21, a 15-point Eagle lead. Carey fans have been kept on their backsides for most of the night, as they have not had too many chances to make a lot of noise since the early part of this ball game. They've been taken out of it. Brown down low. Nice move. Puts it up and in, but they call him for traveling.
He hesitated too much. He should have taken the shot while he had the chance, but he was too busy looking over his shoulder.
And that time the Carey fans got onto their feet and showed some enthusiasm. Here's a foul as Dasher tried making a move inside and was tripped up. I'll call Hone for that one. That is his second. No one in real foul trouble as Dasher has 2 and Wenzinger has 2 for Carey. Donaldson and Hone each have 2 for Liberty-Benton. As Watt picks up his dribble on the far side and has to kick it back out on top. Allison at the top of the key for 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebound comes off to Nate Weyerau.
I know Dasher was a bit flat in the first half, but if Carey's going to have a chance, they need Dasher to take control and get hot.
Mike Brown with a nice soft touch has his first field goal of the second half, and it's evident they're just going to attack the inside part of that Carey defense.
And they're going to do it with Mike Brown, especially when Wenzinger isn't in the game.
That Dasher there, you can see.
That play we just saw with Mike Brown down low.
Nice move by Aaron Paul as he takes it inside, and Brown didn't want to pick up his second. If he can go into the fourth quarter with only 1 foul, he will really play aggressively in that fourth quarter.
Don't be surprised to see the instant replay here with Mike Brown getting posted up in the paint.
He was open, but they kick it back out to Weyerau. His shot was partially blocked, I believe, by Doug Allison, but the Eagles will end up chasing it down again themselves and nearly get called for over and back but make the save. Nice job that time. Plot guarding Hone. That's Donaldson. Backside screen, getting Brown free on the post. He'll put it over top of Paul, and he collects the 2.
I've seen this on Friday nights before. When Mike Brown does that, it's usually 3 or 4 times in a row.
Kind of surprised Carey hasn't gone to a timeout. They trail 40-23.
What Carey needs right now, and it sounds obvious, but they need someone to get hot and just look for that person.
There's a foul on the inside, and the Liberty-Benton fans like the call. It'll be against Aaron Paul, his second, as he and Mike Brown battling for position on the inside, and a foul goes against Paul for using the elbow. 3 minutes, 34 seconds remain, third quarter. Liberty-Benton leading Carey, 40-23. Tonight's game being brought to you by Mid-Am Industrial Corporation of Findlay, your complete crane and rigging company. Call today. Their phone number is 419-422-7086.
Jason Hone with the basket there.
Nice move inside by Beck, who is fouled down low.
Might be on Mark Wise.
42-23. 19-point Eagle lead.
They call it on Collard?
Yeah, they did. His second. And that will put at the line Peter Beck. His first trip there. He's a 6'4" senior. There's a good look at Peter. Substitution now as we will see Bob Price checking back in. Donaldson will get a rest for Liberty-Benton. Ian Brown take a seat beside head coach Steve Rilleman. Beck will collect both ends of the foul shot. 42-25, 17-point Eagle lead. Jason Hone will dump it off out on top to Price, or check that, yes, to Price. To Chuck Radeball. Eagles look like they're going to show a little more patience this trip down the floor. There's a nice screen set there by Radeball, and plowed right through it. A lot of screens being set in this Liberty-Benton motion offense. Jason Hone thinking about the three. We're down to 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. He'll put it up and in. 8 points on the night for Jason Hone. Dasher in the corner, check that. Shot up that time by Peter Beck was off the mark. But Dasher is there for the rebound, and he'll put it up and in. (44-27). Jason Collard, far wing. Nice move by Hone, and his shot goes in and out. Rebound comes off to Beck of Carey. To Plott. He'll push the issue down the floor. Penetrate. Nice inside move. Got it to fall. Nice shot by Tony Plott. That time finding a seam, ducking under the defense and laying it up and in and collecting the foul as well. There is some of the Carey fans which came along tonight.
Plott, a very quick ball player, very aggressive, not only on defense where he likes to go for the steal, but as you see on offense as well.
Foul that time went against Mark Wise. That's his second for Liberty-Benton, and at the line now is Plott trying to complete the three-point play for Carey. Can't do it. Rebound comes off to Jason Collard. 1:40 left to play. Brown on the post, puts it up and in.
Good use of the glass that time by Mike Brown.
Right over the top of Tony Wenzinger, who is back on him again now. Timeout being asked for by Carey, and they will get it. 1:26 to play in the third, and the Eagles are running away. Eagles are flying high in this one, 46-29, minute 23 to play in this third quarter. Shot up from long range distance, no good. And a foul on the play, and it converts against the Eagles. I have to say, while we're thinking of it, a big set of thanks to Dean Butler and also to Steve Williman, our gracious host here this evening. Made this broadcast very easy to do, and Dean, thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure coming to Liberty-Benton. Very courteous bunch.
Very excitable bunch, too. Here's Dasher putting it up off the window when he got it to fall. Dasher now in double figures with 11.
Dasher needed that. He needed to get some confidence back. I think look for Dasher to get a little aggressive here and maybe start scoring.
46-31, it's a 15-point lead. Carey needs to try and get it down to around 10 or 11 if they hope to really make a good run in the fourth quarter. And the Eagles will be called for a foul here as Ball that time comes flying in front of Dasher. He'll be whistled for the foul. Now, we were talking during that timeout. You get the feeling that Carey's not done yet tonight. That very well may be, but they do have to get that lead down to about 10 or 11 before the end of the quarter, but there's only 44 seconds left.
You're right. When it was 33-17 at the half, they've only been able to better that by 2 points. They trail right now by 15.
Here is a three-point shot, and that's just what they needed. Doug Allison nailing the tray, their first of the night, while Liberty-Benton has hit 5 of them.
I think they're going to get a spark. Their bench is up and on their feet.
46-34.
They need a big defensive play to make this a game right now.
Backdoor pass deflected and picked back up. A three-pointer by Price is short. Tipped back up by Collard. Won't go. We're down to 12 seconds. A Blue Devil score here could make things interesting. Coach Dumont yelling for Dasher to push it. He shoots. No good. Rebound, Wenzinger.
Wenzinger got the foul, stormed down the court, set up in the paint for the rebound. And I'll tell you what, I told you this Carey ball club would get a spark, and they've got one.
They are making some noise, and we head to the fourth and final quarter with the Eagles by 10. Welcome back out to Liberty-Benton as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. We'll have those shooting percentages for you in just a couple of minutes. 10-point Eagle lead as Liberty-Benton threw the ball away twice in that third quarter. Carey, unofficially, I had them down for just one turnover. And the Blue Devils will get the basketball to start out this final 8 minutes. Trailing by just 10 now after trailing by as many as 18. Nice feed to Wenzinger, and he misses the easy shot, and Brown is going to be whistled for the foul, but Wenzinger now going to work inside.
I'll tell you what, if there are two players for Carey that are fired up right now, it's Tony Wenzinger and Matt Dasher.
The foul does go against Brown. That is his second. So Brown can afford to play a little more physical than normal with only 2 fouls going into the fourth. Dasher has it batted away, but he will pick it right back up. Carey dodging a bullet. They really do need to score this time down the floor and get it inside of double digits. Allison will penetrate, dish it off to Dasher. He'll put it up and in. May have even gotten fouled and no call.
Now if you're Coach Ruhlman, do you look for a timeout?
I think if you're Coach Ruhlman, you go back to your man-to-man defense. Much quicker than Carey.
And the Carey fans are up on their feet now.
Carey making a defensive switch.
They're going to the zone.
46-38.
They've tried the man-to-man many times tonight.
Well, this will make it harder for Brown to post up. They'll get it from the front and the back now with Paul and Wenzinger. And here's a 15-footer dropped home by Jason Collard, the 6'2" junior. Got it to fall. Or was that Hone? Let's see. It may have been Hone who hit that one. Inside, Wenzinger can't get the shot to fall. Rebound comes off to Hone. He'll push it down the floor and now wait for the rest of his team. 48-38. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Wyrau out front. Donaldson will fire for 3.
That'll take the wind out of your sails.
You just can't leave Donaldson alone. He has 4 3-pointers in this game. 15 points on the night as Wenzinger comes back with a possible 3 of his own, and a foul on Mike Brown. I'll tell you, Carey is just hanging tough. 51-40 and a chance to get it back down to a 10-point lead again. Looking to complete the 3-point play. Can't do it. Allison with a chance for the rebound, and he got it done. Out of bounds to Carey. Now that they changed the call, I think they may have. No, they did not. It will stay with Carey. Blue Devils in control after that missed free throw, and now a chance to cut it to 9 or maybe even 8 with a 3 here. Carey won't look for the 3 quite as much as Liberty-Benton, though. Here's Reinhardt. Won't fall. Rebound Allison. Fouled by Donaldson.
And the Carey players have been standing for most of this second half. They're trying to pump up their lineup who's out on the court.
Fans don't like the call, but from right here, it looked like he whacked him on the wrist pretty good. 3 fouls now against Dave Donaldson. 5:47 left, and it's an 11-point Liberty-Benton lead at 51-40. Now have those third quarter shooting percentages for you for Carey in the third. 8 out of 14, by far their best quarter at 57%. 2 out of 3 at the line for 67%, and 1 turnover.
For Liberty-Benton, 6 out of 15 from the field for 40%. 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 50%. They turned the ball over twice.
Allison can only collect 1. He now has 12, and it's a 51-41 lead for Liberty-Benton. Coach Pete Dumont coaching like crazy on the far side, as is Steve Williman.
They need a turnover or a steal.
I think Coach Williman may have told them, let's go into not a stall, but let's go into our motion offense. And here it's Mike Brown, fouled down low by Steve Reinhardt. I think he wants a lot of motion and start working the offense, look for the very high percentage shot.
Yeah, this is definitely a good time not to take a poor shot. As you said, they want to take the high percentage shots, get Mike Brown down low. Top of the key.
Brown is 2 out of 2 at the line so far tonight as the Carey fans behind him really make things tough. If we can get a shot of that, maybe from the far end camera, you can see what Mike Brown is looking at as he misses the first shot there. Yes, we don't have, there we go. There's a good look at what Mike Brown is looking at, and he missed them both.
That may have worked. Oh, what a play. That's going to be back for Liberty-Benton. No?
I thought it went off of Liberty-Benton myself, but they say Liberty-Benton basketball. I thought they tossed it off of Jason Hone.
Liberty-Benton gets a break there.
Collard will toss it inbounds to Donaldson. His pass inside, knocked away by Wenzinger. It will stay with LB. A 10-point Eagle lead, and time is definitely on their side. 5:20 remaining. Collard looking for Brown, got him down low, and he is fouled down low.
It was a 2-on-1 situation. Brown knows when to force the shot, doesn't he, Lynn?
Well, Carey did dodge a bullet, though. I don't think they called it on Wenzinger. They got Allison, so Wenzinger stays with just 2. Allison's first foul tonight. But Liberty-Benton is now into the bonus situation. That's the 7th team foul. And Brown misses again. He's now 2 out of 5 at the line tonight.
And 3 in a row, missing wise. He hit his first 2, and now he's 0 for 3. And is it the Carey fans distracting him?
Once again, he's looking up into that backboard with a lot of arm waving, and he
finally hits one. And we just saw Coach Roman shaking his head before that. He was a little frustrated with Brown at the free throw line.
52-41, a 11-point lead for Liberty-Benton. Reinhardt out front to Plott. Dishes to Allison. Nice feed down to Dasher. He'll fire from 13. Short. Rebound Mike Brown.
Big rebound by Mike Brown.
Time is on Liberty-Benton's side. 4:50 and counting. Brown from 13. Won't get it. Rebound Wenzinger. Strong rebound. Plott to Dasher. Won't fall. Rebound Reinhardt. Around the horn we go. Plott will pass up to 3. Had a man open inside.
Brown got a hand on it.
Got it back, and he may have traveled. Double dribble. Second turnover of the fourth quarter against Carey. Liberty-Benton yet to turn it over here in the fourth. And they hang on to an 11-point lead. Substitution now as we'll see Wise check in for Mike Brown down low. This might be a good time for head coach Pete Dumont to really work on the inside game, provided he can get the ball back, because you might see Liberty-Benton really work the clock now.
They have an 11-point advantage, 4:20 to go.
Jason Hone out top. Donaldson says, wait.
Boom.
I'm not about to.
And then Donaldson looks to the fans and asks for appreciation, and he gets it.
Donaldson says, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to shoot. Donaldson comes back and picks up his 4th foul, though.
Well, if you're Carey right now, the hood is up, the car door is flung open, and you're leaking oil.
5 3-pointers for Dave Donaldson. 18 points. He averages 16, and he will come out now after picking up his 4th foul, but listen to the hand he'll get from his hometown fans. At the line now is Dasher, and he's got the front end. 55-42. It's a 13-point Eagle lead. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Misses the second. Rebound comes off to Jason Collard. They wire out on top. Carey has gone back to a man-to-man defense now. They got rid of that zone. Donaldson's enough to break any zone. They're going to leave Collard alone, but he won't take the shot. And now timeout taken by Steve Williman and the Liberty-Benton Eagles. 3:40 left. Eagles remain on top by 13, 55-42. Back at Liberty-Benton, fourth quarter, 3:40 remaining, 55-42. And tonight's game being brought to you in part by Mid-Am Industrial Corporation, Findlay, your complete crane and rigging company. Call them today, 422-7086. That's Mid-Am Industrial Corporation, 422-7086.
For Liberty-Benton, how sweet it is to be back home. They played 9 games this year, 7 of them on the road. Their next game is an away game, January 17th at Arcadia. Then they come back home for 4 straight home games. And that's got to please Coach Williman.
Meanwhile, for Carey next week, they travel to Seneca East for a league matchup next Friday night. Seneca East 0 for 4 in the Midland Athletic League, while Carey is at 1-1. Carey, by the way, 5-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference. I was looking at the standings prior to last night's win. I apologize. They are 2-1 after beating Hopewell Loudon on Friday night.
Liberty-Benton, meanwhile, 8-1 and 3-0 in the conference. They're looking to move to 9-1 overall.
Donaldson couldn't get it to fall from three-point range, and Brown might be guilty of the foul
over
here.
The back of Wenzinger.
That's 4 now on Mike Brown. 55-42. Well, Coach Steve Williman going to the bench one more time, but he leaves Brown in there. With only 3:14 remaining, you've about got to. If he doesn't make it, he's at least going to get you, hopefully, another minute and a half, 2 minutes. Wenzinger and the Blue Devils continue to struggle, though, at the line tonight. Blocking foul in the backcourt against Carey. And that will put Liberty-Benton at the line now as Coach Pete Dumont chuckles and grins over that call. Clock didn't move much. Just over 3 minutes remaining, 55-42 Eagles.
And Carey won't have much of a choice other than to hit the panic button and start taking some quick three-pointers.
And again, that crowd from Carey will be waving their arms in the glass, making it difficult for Jason Hone.
He's not provide on the first free throw.
Hone now 3 out of 3 at the charity stripe tonight. It has been charitable to him. Very good free throw shooting team is Liberty-Benton, especially down the stretch. You're not going to hurt them much. Wenzinger left open, puts it up left-handed and got it to fall. 8 points for Wenzinger, and it's now 57-44. Some full court pressure, and Brown will hold things up after getting it across the timeline. A foul out on top on Allison.
Emotion-wise, we've seen this Liberty-Benton team pretty much in a groove all night. For Carey, at times they were flat, especially in the early going. Late third quarter, early fourth quarter, they got a little bit of a spark, and then they had the win taken out of themselves by some three-pointers by Liberty-Benton.
Hone back up there again, yet to miss at the line tonight. He is perfect.
Good crowd on hand for this one.
Donaldson back in now, by the way, and Mark Wise will check back out. Coach Williman getting those ball handlers and shooters from the line back into the lineup. Hone now with 11 this evening. Leading scorers, Brown with 17. 18 for Donaldson for Liberty-Benton.
And you have to get a lot of credit to Mike Brown. Before the game, Coach Dumont said, as far as Mike Brown's concerned, he'll have to earn it tonight. And he did with 17 points here so far.
And Brown right there getting a crucial offensive rebound and putting it back up and drawing the foul as well. This one goes against Wenzinger, his 4th.
Coach Dumont also said that he thought they could control Brown, and they really weren't able to do that. He had 17 points, but he said his biggest concern was the three-pointers by Liberty-Benton, and that definitely turned out to be a concern. They have, I think, 7 three-pointers, 5 alone by Dave Donaldson.
Brown not doing real well after crashing to the floor.
As I mentioned earlier, he wears a lot of merchandise on those knees as Coach Williman looks on. Williman said, though, he's not really worried about it. Mike Brown hasn't really complained. It hasn't seemed to slow him down, and he had some hyperextension problems, but most of all, it's for preventative measures. Good look at Brown right there, all 6'7" of him, 210 pounds plus.
Brown now 4 out of 7 at the line tonight, and he now ties his teammate Dave Donaldson for the scoring lead tonight, both of them with 18 points. Dasher has 14 for Carey, 12 by Allison. (60-44), and I think this one is now over with as Carey just doesn't have enough time to make an honest-to-goodness run now. Tony Plott out on top as Liberty-Benton has shifted zone now to force the outside shot, which Doug Allison connects on. Second three-pointer of the night for Allison, who now has 15 points. 60-47 Eagles. Donaldson being left wide open on this near wing. Now they'll shift to a man-to-man, and now he'll be picked up by Allison. Carey really getting in the faces of the guards. No call there as Dasher and Hone go crashing to the floor. Allison coming back the other way, forcing it up, drawing the foul.
Well, I really enjoy watching this Mike Brown play. He has 18 or 19 points tonight. There's less than 2 minutes to go, Lynn, and when Liberty-Benton has the ball, he's fighting for that paint. He wants to get down low and get in possession and get 2 more.
Clock is stopped, which is good for Carey. It's now at 1:52, but the bad news is on the scoreboard as well. 60-47 in favor of Liberty-Benton. And there you can see a good look at Doug Allison.
Allison, a southpaw shooter. We saw him take that three-pointer moments ago from the left side. Liberty-Benton was going to try to force him to take those shots on the right side tonight, but he got open.
Donaldson will check out, or check that. It's not Donaldson going out. Radeball will go out. Allison now with 16 points, and that's where he'll stay after Donaldson grabs the rebound. 60-48, a 12-point LB lead. Hone dribbling through the defensive pressure, off to Wyrau. Back out to Jason Hone. Back to Wyrau. Inside of a minute 40. And Dasher just blew a knee, or Plott just blew a knee out or an ankle out. He just went down in front of us, and I fear it may have been a knee. He went to put his weight down and cut back, and you could almost hear the pop, but you could definitely see the leg give out. That is not good news for head coach Pete Dumont and his team.
Tony Plott, 5'10", 155 pounds. He's a junior point, very quick, but not right now. He's hurting.
And you really hate to see this, especially when there's only a minute and a half left to go in the ball game. We're going to take a break. Hopefully Tony Plott will be better when we come back. Our score is Liberty-Benton 60, Carey 48.
They're still working on Plott, who at least is a bit more up. I think he'll try to stand shortly. He's nodding yes, as if I can get up.
Still not sure if it's a knee or an ankle. I thought it was a knee originally, but
well, he's favoring the left leg, whichever it is.
And we certainly hope the best for him. That is tough luck, not only for the team, but also at the time it comes. Only a minute 29 left in the game.
He's such a good player, too. He can do it all. He's quick. He handles the ball well. Tough on defense. He can take the three-pointer. And Coach Dumont really needs him back in the lineup.
Now Carey being shocked, thinking they may have lost their leading scorer. Now have to try and get their minds back in this thing. And in there is Steve Jacoby now to replace Dasher. Minute 20 left, and Carey's going to have to start trying to foul to stop the clock, and Jacoby can't get it done.
Got the steal, but they lost it.
Over and back is going to be called, and that was a bad call.
Yeah. Carey had the ball, had control of it, and then lost it right back. It was actually back-to-back steals, it looked to me.
That was a bad call. I don't like to say that very often, but no way. There also should have been a foul called on that one.
Good
Here's
pass.
Jacoby inside, off the glass, and he got it. Timeout taken by the Blue Devils. We'll do the same. 10-point Eagle lead with a minute 5 remaining at Liberty-Benton. 65 seconds, all that's left in this one at Liberty-Benton High School. The Blue Devils have drawn to within 10. We still see Dasher on the far sidelines being worked on, and it now does look like it is an ankle rather than a knee, which I guess in a way is good news. You don't like to see anything being hurt, but an ankle heals and mends much quicker usually than a knee if it's not serious. And here's a foul out on top, as we'll see this one whistled against C.J. Kinn.
I apologize for talking about Tony. I thought it was Plott that was in.
And the Eagles don't connect at the free throw line, so they made that foul worth something if they can cash in here. Wenzinger puts it up and in. 10 for Wenzinger, and another timeout taken by Carey. With 49 ticks left, Eagles in control by 8. Welcome back to Liberty-Benton. Final 49 seconds of the ball game, and there is Dasher being whistled for the personal foul. As for Matt, that'll be his third personal foul of the ball game. I guess the good news for the night, though, has to be that it doesn't look like anything serious to Tony Plott on the far side. He seems to be, of course, hurt, but they're not working urgently on him, and I think the ice pack shows it just a sprain or maybe some slight ligament damage.
And some hurt feelings as well, I'd imagine.
Hohen drops them both, 62-52. Allison getting it to C.J. Kinn for a three. It's off the mark. .52. Head coach Pete Dumont on the far sidelines, not pleased with the outcome, although he has to like the effort. Steve Williman pleased at both ends, the outcome and the effort.
And as you see on your screen, 35 seconds left in this contest, and ticking.
Long three by Allison off the heel of the rim. And a travel, unfortunately, going to be called against Jason Hohen. Only the second turnover of the third or fourth quarter there against Liberty-Benton. Actually, the turnovers haven't hurt either team. Carey unofficially with 11, Liberty-Benton with just 9. It's been a very well-played ball game as far as turnovers. And our ball just went hopping down a stairway, and we've lost an official after it.
For Coach Dumont, in his 4th year, after finishing 16-5 a year ago, it appears that his ball team will move to 5-3 overall. Meanwhile, for Coach Williman, his ball club improves to 9-1. Looks forward to playing 4 of its next 5 games here at Liberty-Benton.
Carey just can't seem to get the ball in play. 26 seconds, as you can see, and a 10-point Liberty-Benton lead at 62-52. Wenzinger will miss inside. Got his own rebound. Now it's off to C.J. Kinn, who is fouled.
Have they cut it to under 10 at any point here in the second half? They trailed by as many as... To what?
Got it to 8 once.
They trailed by 16 at the half, 33-17, and as Lynn said, they cut it back to 8. They have a chance to do that again.
Final 21 seconds of the ball game, and they can't seem to hit at the free throw line. Carey converting on the turnover from Liberty-Benton, and there's a turnover on Jacoby as he took a couple of extra steps, and we're down to 13 seconds remaining. Eagles get it inbounds. Collard in the backcourt, and timeout. Collard had himself in a bottleneck and decided to call timeout. We're down to the final 9 seconds of the ball game. Liberty-Benton on top by 9, 62-53, and for Steve Ullman, his team will improve to 9-1. And they're back in action again next week, as Paul alluded to.
They will be taking on, I believe, Arcadia. Yes, it is Arcadia. January 17th, they'll be on the road. And then they're home for 4 straight. In fact, they'll finish up most of the season at home. And Liberty-Benton and their fans are a little bit happy tonight, and they have reason to be. They've looked impressive lately, and even Friday night when they traveled to Macomb, jumping out 15-0 to 19-2. And Coach Woolman has to be impressed with his team and how they're progressing in this season.
And for Carey, once again, they go to Seneca East next Friday night for an MAL battle.
And they look good Friday night against Hopewell Loudon, winning that contest 68-55.
6 seconds, 5. Coach Pete Dumont calling off the dogs. It's not Liberty-Benton.
I believe it's Dasher. Donaldson, I'm sorry.
Donaldson canned it, and was it a 3? That was the only question about it, and I think it was.
What a way to finish for Liberty-Benton, going out in style, canning a basket at the buzzer.
65-53. Our final score. Eagles improve to 9-1, and we'll be back after this on TV 47.
Do that again.
65-53 our final. Carey falling to Liberty-Benton tonight, and for head coach Steve Williman, a good game plan going inside, trying to pick up the early fouls on Wenzinger, but a nice counter move at halftime by head coach Pete Dumont of Carey as he gets Aaron Paul in there to replace Wenzinger on Brown.
Well, he tried everything he could to stop Brown, and before the game, Coach Dumont even said that Brown will have to earn it tonight, and he did. I believe he had something like 19 points as a final tabulation, and when Brown wasn't doing it inside, they had Donaldson outside. He hit, I believe, 6 3-pointers tonight, and 3-pointers will kill you at the high school level.
Certainly will, and for Carey, our best for Tony Plott, who went down with that. It appears to be an ankle injury. We haven't had any word on him, but hopefully he will be back for next week's league game for the Blue Devils.
They definitely need Tony Plott in the lineup. He can do everything. He's a good rebounder. He's a good outside shooter. He'll take the 3-pointer when he has to, and he's also good on defense. He'll come through with the steals. It was, as you said during the game, it was sad to see him go down with what was basically turning out to be a meaningless game at the time. There was no way they were going to come back.
Let's take a look now at those final shooting percentages for these two teams. First of all, for Carey tonight, not a very good night from the floor. 22 out of 59 for just 37%. 7 out of 15 at the foul line, 47%. Anytime you're under 60%, it's not very good. And Carey committing a grand total of 12 turnovers this evening.
And for Liberty-Benton, the final tabulations go like this: 22 out of 46 from the field for 48%. From the free throw line, they had a lot of opportunities, 13 out of 20 for 65%. And Lynn, once again, if I could talk a little bit about Williman's strategy, he told us before the game they've gone with Mike Brown all season down low, and tonight he'd get a test. So what they were going to do was, and as we talked about, they would open the game up by shooting from the outside. That would bring the defense out. Once Carey came out to guard the three-pointer, they would open up the inside, and that's what they did in the second half. They went back to the inside, and as I talked about in the first half of the game, it's not much unlike football when the offense tries to go deep with the bomb, and then that opens up the running game and stretches the defense a little bit.
Let's turn now to the individual scoring for tonight's contest. First of all, for Carey, they were led tonight with 3 players in double figures. Doug Allison with 16, including 2 3-point shots, the only 2 threes that Carey would collect this evening. 14 more for Matt Dasher and 10 for Tony Wenzinger. For the winning Liberty-Benton Eagles, they would put 3 players into double figures as well. Dave Donaldson, what a night. He had 6 3-point shots, 21 points on the night, 19 more for Mike Brown, and 13 for Jason Hohen. The Eagles improve now to 9-1. Carey will fall to 5-3 overall. And I guess the final line is Carey came in here, gave it a good effort, but Liberty-Benton just a little too strong.
And something you touched on earlier in the game and during the pregame, Carey had a big game Friday night against Hopewell Loudon, and so did Liberty-Benton against Macomb. And we can see what happens when you come off big, emotional games like that. One team will be charged up from it, the other team might not be. They might be a little flat, and we saw Carey come out a little bit flat. They got a spark in the second half, but it didn't last long enough. And we talked about this at halftime. I thought Carey would come back and get into this game. You said they'd be lucky to cut it back to 10, and I think the final tabulation, they only cut it back to 9.
That's it from here at Liberty-Benton High School. Tonight's game has been brought to you by B&J Photo, your photo, audio, and video experts in Findlay, Toledo, Columbus, and Fort Wayne. Also by Hostler Corbett Insurance, your local independent insurance agent. By the Society Bank, check out their home equity line of credit. By Garber Buick Nissan, where you'll go farther with Garber. And by Mid-Am Industrial Corp, your complete crane and rigging company. And Quick Car Care for a fast oil change with Pennzoil. Once again, our final score from Liberty-Benton High School, the Eagles 65, the Blue Devils 53. For Paul Kiska and the rest of the 47 Sports crew, I'm Lynn Allen saying so long and good night, everyone.